Welcome back. What up? What up? What up? Welcome back. Bring the facts. Bring the facts. We up. We in the building. We got a story. We're gonna be talking about former NBA All Star Gilbert Arenas. Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas faces federal charges in connection with an illegal gambling ring. This is from the DOJ, Department of Justice. This article we're going to be ringing, we're going to be reading it from ABC News website. Credit goes to them. Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas was arrested on July 30th, 2025 for allegedly running an illegal gambling business that hosted high stakes poker games at his mansion in Encino, California. He faces multiple federal charges, including conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and making false statements to federal investigators. That's directly from the FBI ICE website, government website. Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas is charged with allegedly running an illegal gambling business out of his California mansion where high stakes poker games were played, Department of Justice announced Wednesday. He and five others were arrested on Wednesday in connection with the alleged gambling ring, according to the United States Federal Attorney's Office for the South Central District of California. Gilbert Arenas, 43, has been charged with one count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, one count of operating an illegal gambling business, and one count of making false statements to federal investigators, prosecutors said. He has pled not guilty to the charges during his arraignment in Los Angeles on Wednesday, and a judge ordered him released on $50,000 bond. The U.S. Attorney's Office said the trial is scheduled to start on September 23rd, 2025. His attorney told reporters outside the courthouse that it's too early to comment on the case. Arenas has released a video on social media late Wednesday night of him leaving the federal courthouse smiling and dancing, saying they can't hold me. The caption accompanied the video in part, "This ain't got shit to do with me, and I wasn't a part of the festivities." Arenas is a three-time NBA All-Star who played for teams including Golden State Warriors and Washington Wizards, Orlando Magic, and the Memphis Grizzlies. The indictment alleges he rented out his residence he owned in Encino in purpose of hosting illegal poker games in 2022. The file included a photo of gold-trimmed poker table with the words Arenas Poker Club printed on the top and a banner with an image of a basketball player with the jersey labeled Arenas. Arenas allegedly directed one of the co-defendants to find people to host the poker games at the so-called Gamble House and collect rent from them on his behalf, according to the indictment. Other alleged co-conspirators are accused of managing illegal games at the mansion, including pot limit Omaha poker games, recruiting people to work the games, and collecting fees from each pot, according to the indictment. Okay, man. So there it is. Okay, first thing I'm gonna say, Gilbert Arenas, he's a dumbass. He just went and taunted the feds on social media on Instagram. He's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking dumbass. Now they're really gonna come after his ass because you're playing with the feds like it's a game. The feds ain't nothing to play with, man. And one thing that strikes me as odd. Let me first say this. He is not guilty until he's found guilty until his day in court on September 23rd. But I'm gonna say this: he's way too cocky. You know why he's cocky? Is because he posted a $50,000 bond. And let me say this: one thing about the feds, there's supposed to be no bond in the feds. Majority of cases, if you have any kind of federal charge, it could be just for wire fraud, just a single count of wire fraud, you're not going to get a bond. So one thing that strikes me is maybe the case is weak or something like that, or he already started talking. As soon as he got in there, he started talking to the feds immediately, and then they decided to give him a bail. But as of now, he is out on a $50,000 bond, which isn't that much for those The way it, well, isn't that, I don't think it's that much. $50,000 is not that much for a federal bond. But check this out. Diddy, he offered 50 million to get out, and put up his mother's mansion and his own mansion just to get out on bail, and they denied him $50 million, and he's supposed to be a billionaire. But yeah, you could play poker and stuff like that. You can host games at your house and stuff like that. But I think it's like there's a certain dollar limit. Like if you run it like as a business, you can't do that. The only place that's legal to do something like that is Las Vegas, and Hard Rock Hotel Cafe and Seminole Casino. Those casinos, they have special licenses. You know what I'm saying? Because all that stuff has to be supervised by the government. Because if you guys remember that the mob, they built Las Vegas, and they lobbied they paid government officials like in the United States government to allow them to open Las Vegas. That was built on dirty money, on prohibition money, pretty much. Prohibition money from bootlegging liquor and extortion money. The mob from the East Coast built that. But anyways, one sad thing about the mob, they got all those casinos stripped away from them by the government. Yeah, the government plays super dirty. But Gilbert Arenas, he's official. He's a bozo. He's a clown. He's dissing the feds. He, I don't know what would possess him to do something like that. I don't know why his attorney would advise him not to do something like that. But yeah, he's gonna have his day in court September 23rd, 2025. But yeah, dissing the feds, man, that's one of the dumbest things you could do, man. That's super dumb. But yeah, there's also a little backstory I heard through another source. They said that the people that were coming to the his poker games at his mansion, some of them were rich Israeli, what did they say? Not diplomats, man, but I for nationals. That's what they said. Yeah, okay. Now I remember. They said there were rich Israeli nationals that were coming to his poker games. I don't know what that has to do with that. What exactly that has to do with that, but that's what they said in a different article. That's what they said. But that's what the feds have said. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen with him. You see his NBA basketball career fucking went south. So he had to do something. He had to supplement that money because him and his family, they're used to living a certain standard of living. So he resorted to doing illegal activities. And also, I heard that there were. He's not charged with sex trafficking or anything like that, but they said he was pandering with prostitutes. That there was prostitutes there at the poker game. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Peace.